I am Dark Bloom.
All right, good everyone, and welcome to the World Online Racing Championship Series. Here we are at the beautiful Cedar Lake Speedway here for some dirt midget action tonight. And it's going to be an exciting one here as they grid up for their first heat race here this evening. So let's jump right in and go over the starting order. On pole for the first heat race, we have Mason Coffee. Starting second, Cole Day has made a reappearance here after the first round, so good to see him back. Brayson Collins in third, Paul Granata in fourth, Caden Folkerts in fifth, Henry Clappert in sixth, and Quentin Haley will be seventh there here in our first heat race here this evening. All right, we'll jump right into the race format here this evening. We will have heat races here, 8 laps in the heats. Top 4 from those will advance straight to the main event. And we do have a B main, but I do not believe we have enough drivers. No, it's potential. We may not run the B main tonight, but our main event here will be a 35 lap feature event here where we take the top 20 drivers in the server here this evening for the main event. And you can see the track here as these guys put a lot of laps here during practice and qualifying. It is one slick track. As you can see, most of the bottom and middle lane is slicked up. So that is something we love to see here. We'll see the guys try different lines here this evening, trying to find that grip. We saw them in qualifying running the bottom line, but we did see a couple people venture up into the top there. So it'll be interesting to see here once they get going green. Can Cole Day do anything there on that outside line, or will Mason Coffee run away there with the bottom? And the green flag's out there. Good jump there from the inside line as Mason Coffee's going to lead us down into turn 1. And we see Cole Day already there trying to get to the bottom to block off Brayson Collins there in that number 5. But who is that? That is the 04 of Paul Granata going straight up to the top there. Now he's going to try to cut under Brayson Collins here. He is going to take away the position, move up into third. Buddy, he makes contact with the outside wall there on the backside. That's going to allow... that is Clappert there in the number 34 up into... sorry, no, that is the 01 of Folkerts that moves up into third as he's currently battling it out there with the number 5 of Brayson Collins and the 34 there of Clappert starting to enter the picture. But we've got a challenge for the lead up here. It looks like these two just made contact and more contact there for Cole Day as he's going to spin around. Now Mason Coffee here is under pressure from the 5 of Brayson Collins here as we're going to cross the line. 4 to go this time around. And we see Coffee moving up to the high side now. He thinks that's where the speed is. And it is showing there as he starts to build a little gap here to second place Brayson Collins. And the 01 there, Folkerts, starting to re-enter the picture here as Brayson hugs the bottom side of the track there. You can see pulling a bit of a wheelie there coming off the turn. Just struggling to get that car to rotate there consistently. As you can see, he had full opposite lock there. Full steering input, as you can see, trying to get that thing to rotate. But 2 to go here remaining, and now he's under pressure from the 01 of Folkerts as they cross the line, take the white flag. And looks like Folkerts may be able to make a pass here during the last lap, but no, Brayson Collins going to move up the track. Oh, he makes contact. So that is going to allow Folkerts there in the 01 to take the heat win. Now I've got to go back and see what happened to Mason Coffee. I believe he wrecked here on the last lap. And that he did. So that is why Folkerts there in the 01 did come around and actually take the race win, because our race leader wrecked on the last lap there in the last corner. So he ended up coming in third. So interesting heat race there for sure. Real quick, let's just go over who made it through and advanced to the main event there. That was Caden Folkerts coming home with the win, Henry Clappert in second, Brayson Collins third, and Mason Coffey there in fourth. All right, starting grid here for heat number 2. We have Caden Butler there on pole, Jacob Homnick in second, Corey Bodenot there in third, Josh Patterson in fourth. In fifth, we have Cameron McHone in sixth, Garrett White, and in seventh, Tyler Landis here for heat race number 2. All right, pace truck's going to pull off here this time by, and the 811 there of Caden Butler is going to lead us down to the start of heat race number 2. 8 laps here in the heat race's top 4 advance straight to the feature, and it'll be interesting to see what the 811 there can do on the bottom side as they do take the green flag. And we see the 12 there up high. The 811's going to hug the bottom line there of Butler, and looks like he's actually going to get the better drive off of turn 2. Oh, we've got one up in the wall. That is Josh Patterson flipping over. His night will be done. Looks like he made contact with the 00 there of Garrett White. And we have a great battle here going on for a second. That is the 034 there of Bodenot and the 012 there of Homnick as they battle it out for second place position. And so far, it looks like the 034 there has been making that bottom side work, as he is going to take away the second place position, and the 012 there of Homnick going to move down and try to race that line with him, as he could not find the speed up on the high side of the track. So far up front dominating here this heat, as they're going to come by and take 2 to go this time by, is the 811 pole sitter there, Caden Butler, as he currently has over a 2.5 second gap and only 2 laps remaining there. And we see the ones behind him here struggling to find the speed, as the 34 there just now coming around and taking the white flag. And looks like third place driver there, Homnick, he is going to ride the bottom side. But Caden Butler here is going to come across the line, take home heat race number 2 win. And the 034 there, Corey Bodenot there, is going to take home second. And Jacob Homnick in third. And in that fourth place and final transfer spot this evening, we had Cameron McHome, I believe. But my suspicions were correct, as my timing board has updated here tonight. We do not actually need to run the B main because we have less than 20 drivers in the field here this evening. So they're all going to make it through to the main event, the 35 lap main event. So they are now going to start their just over 2.5 minute warm up session here. And then we'll get gridded up for the main event tonight. All right, we're now going to get gridded up here for our 35 lap main event here this evening. Starting on pole, we have the 012 there of Jacob Homnick. In second, we've got Brayson Collins. In third, Corey Bodenot. In fourth, Henry Clappert. In fifth, Caden Butler. In sixth, Caden Folkerts. In seventh, Mason Coffey. In eighth, we have Cameron McHone. In ninth, Cole Day. In 10th, Josh Patterson. In 11th, Paul Granata. 12th, Garrett White. Starting 13th, we have Quentin Haley. And in 14th, there will be Tyler Landis this evening. And while we wait for them to do their pace laps here to get this main event started, let's check in on the point standings this evening heading into, I believe this is round 8 out of 11. Yes, it is round 8. Mason Coffey is currently your points leader there, as you can see. And Brayson Collins, who's starting in second tonight, he is second in the points. Ryan Martin is in third. And in fourth, we have Cameron McHome, James Barrett Jr. in fifth, Christian Visconti in sixth, Aaron Trotter in seventh, Paul Granata in eighth, Jeremy Folkerts in ninth, and David Shane round out your top 10 here in the points this evening as we head into round 8 out of 11 here in this Dirt Midget Tour presented by Mr. Ocean CM3882 on YouTube. Check them out. But we will get started here for our main event this evening as the 012 there of Jacob Homnick. What does he have? He's a newcomer here tonight. Can he win his, I believe this is his first race here in the series. What a way to start it if he can pull it off. But he will have a great opportunity as he starts on pole. 35 laps, and we do take the green flag here. And he is already off to a great start, but he is under challenge. Oh, we've already got one flipping. And that will bring out the first caution here as we went down into turn 1. That is the 34 of Henry Clappert. Looks like he either got shoved into the outside wall or made contact with the outside wall himself. Oh, as you can see, the 5 of Collins did not get going there, and that just caused a major accordion effect. And we're right on board Brayson here. This is Clappert. Oh, and he looks like he just expected Brayson to go a little bit sooner, and that just caused a chain reaction there. Oh, that was actually Mason Coffey there that slid up into him in that number 52. Looks like Clappert is in the pits there, and looks like his night will be done. It also looks like Mason Coffey there may have received a penalty for his involvement there in that accident, as he does drop to the tail end of the field. Well, we'll get restarted here. Single file restart to give the guys a little more breathing room as they head down. Take the green flag. The 012 there of Homnick out front. Oh, we've got a great move there going on for second. That is the 811 of Butlers. He makes a great pass up in the second. Riding that bottom line there. We've got 2 wide racing behind them. Brayson Collins on the outside of the 099 of Cold Day. Well, it looks like Day's going to move up into 4th here. But we've already got a battle for the lead going on here. We've got the 811 there of Butler. And he's actually going to move up into the race lead with a great pass along the inside there. Looks like Cold Day here is quite a bit quicker than third place driver, the 034 there of Bodenot. We'll see what he can do down into turn 3 and 4 here. We see every driver currently down on the bottom side of the track. Cold Day going to look to the inside here. And looks like he is going to advance up into the 3rd position. Also, Cameron McHone there having a great battle with Brayson Collins as he's currently up into 7th, but he will lose that position there, that turn. And we've actually got the 34 of Bodnot there trying to run the outside. He's unfortunately going to lose another spot there to the 02 of Patterson. And we see Cold Day there move up to the top side of the track, experimenting there. He's going to go back to the bottom as he tries to reel in second place driver, the 012 there of Homnick. You see Paul Granada here battling it out with the 00 there of Garrett White. Oh, but we do have a caution flag here, second caution of the evening. Sure what brought that out. I don't see anyone. Nothing obvious here as to what brought out the second caution, so we might have to talk with racing control here after the race to figure out what happened there, but that will bring out our second caution here this evening. So we'll bunch the field back up and just have some more exciting racing here once we get started. It's like we'll have about 19 laps to go once we get restarted here, and the 811 of Butler started to pull away from the rest of the field there. I definitely had the long run speed as he built about over 1 second of a gap there back to second place, the 012 there of Homnick. But Cold Day there in that third position looking mighty fast, so we'll pay attention here to see what he can do as they get restarted and take the green flag, head down into turn one. And everybody looks single file on further back here. Oh, we see Cold Day there go to the top side. He's going to get a great run out of the corner there. He is trying to make that work. Just cannot currently find the speed, but he is searching for it as he tries to make it around second place. We see a bit of a bobble there out of our second place. The 12 of Homnick as Cold Day is going to get some speed down and get alongside of him. And we see the 12 move up there to block off his line. Well, now Cold Day, will he be able to get a run down on the inside? And he is going to go to the inside here as they go too wide down into turn 1 and 2. Can he get the run here? And Cold Day, yes, he can. He will take away second place position, but he does slide up the track there. That does allow the 12 of Homnick to look under the inside, but Cold Day there will take it away from him. Meanwhile, up here, we've got Mason Coffey in that number 52 as he received a penalty, went back to the back of the field there, has worked his way all the way back up to 4th, and he is flying along the top side there. As we see multiple drivers there move up the track and follow him, but he is catching very quickly there to third place driver Homnick. Also Cold Day here. Under challenge from the 12 of Homnick as Homnick there has found some speed on that top side. And it looks like he's actually going to challenge him here as they head down into the next turn. It looks like Brayson Collins here making a move on the 34 of Bodnot there. Oh, and it looks like Mason Coffey might have actually, yes, he did. He is off track, so he had a bit of an incident there, and he is currently out. Probably made contact with the outside wall. We saw him running up there. Oh, just as, who is that? That is the 012 there of Homnick also making contact with the outside wall. But so far out front here, it is the Caden Butler show, as he is 1.7 seconds ahead of our second place driver, Cole Day, currently. And we see Brayson Collins here in a great tight battle there with, that is the 06 of Cameron McHone there as they battle it out. That'll be 4-6 position. Also Paul Granada here in a tight battle with the 00 of Garrett White. That is for 8th, but now we have a battle for a race lead as the 099 of Cole Day does make a pass and take the race lead as our third caution comes out. So let's go back and check out that pass for the lead. Just trying to find it here. Technology is not working with us currently. We're trying to find where that pass was made. But it actually looks like Cole Day is currently out of the race, so not sure what happened there, but we're going to get restarted here. The 811 of Butler is going to retake the start here in the race lead. Jacob Homnick there in that 012, he is on the outside. They're going to come to the line here, take the white flag. Doesn't look like anybody has anything for Caden Butler out there out front, but we have a great battle here for the race lead as the 012 of Homnick going to sling it down in there, and the 811 of Butler is going to make contact with the wall, so Homnick will take home the win, and Corey Bodnott there in the 034 will come home second. Josh Patterson, who you currently can barely see the top of his car there as he flipped off the track, will take home fourth. Cameron McHone there in sixth. Let's go back and watch that. There's a lot to unfold here. As you see the 811 there make contact with the wall. We're going to back it up just a little bit further here. And here we're going to take the white flag, and the 012 there of Homnick does a great job of getting a great run down on the outside there and going to sling it up on the inside. Caden Butler there had to block off the slide job there that was going to happen, and that ultimately cost him the race win as he overjudged it, made contact with that outside wall like we've seen numerous drivers here do tonight, and unfortunately lost out there. But the 12 of Jacob Homnick going to take home the race win. So one driver's loss, another driver's gain, and the 34 there of Corey Bodnott moving up into second as well there. So what a great finish. Let's bring up the official results here now that they are available and bringing home the race win, of course, Jacob Homnick in second, Corey Bodnott in third, Josh Patterson with a great recovery run there. He was actually your biggest mover here tonight as he gained 7 positions since the start of the race this evening. Didn't have a great qualifying, but had a great race finish, and that's what matters. Cameron McHone in that 06, he's going to take it home in fourth. Garrett White in fifth, Brayson Collins sixth, Caden Butler in seventh, Cole Day finishing out in the 8th. Caden Fulkerson, 9th. Paul Granada in 10th. Henry Clappert in 11th. Mason Coffey, 12th. Quentin Haley, 13th. And Tyler Landis there, rounding out in your 14th position. Now let's try to get a word with our top 3 here this evening. All right, now we've got third place driver here, Josh Patterson, up here in the booth with us. Hey, Josh, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
Hey, Kevin. Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man. First of all, one heck of a recovery run from you this evening. Didn't have a great qualifying, didn't have great heat races. It started in the back, almost the back of the field, really. Up seven positions made up there through the race, and you really brought it home there in that final stretch, bringing it home in third. Just got to ask, what was your strategy there going into that main event, knowing you were starting in the rear? You needed a good points night tonight, and ultimately, making your way up through the field like you did.
Well, honestly, going into warm-ups, I had no plan. I was way off the pace. I got no practice time because of the. Well, I mean, I got practice time, but I didn't really get any race practice time because I got in the wall on lap 1 of the heat. But yeah, I went into warm-ups. I followed Jacob Homnick. I know the kid. He's a great guy. So I know he's pretty quick around these tracks, and followed him on the bottom, and it worked out. So I decided to go down there for the race, and I just started picking up position after position real quick. So I stayed down there, got me up to I think 4th, and then I got a little too much on the tires on the bottom. It like popped my car in the air, got into Corey, which I feel bad about, but he still finished up front, so it didn't affect him too much, I guess. And then I kind of worked my way to the top side because I know there's a couple cars on my bottom. And as soon as I did that, it was just like a rocket ship up there. I got past Brayson and then all the way up to the side of Mason there. And then he threw a slide job and then ended up wrecking himself a couple corners later. So that worked out. I think I probably would have had second or third, but then Caden wrecked in front of me on the final lap. So, I mean, yeah, just I'm lucky to hold on to the top 3 after that. But yeah, no, it ended up being a lot better race than I could have expected after the heats.
Yeah, it was an exciting finish, that is for sure. A lot we actually missed there. I'm not really sure what happened to Cole Day when that last caution came out, but he actually went out of the race, and just a lot of dissect. Not sure. Do you have any insight as to what happened there?
I saw him go into the pits, but I mean, it's not like anybody wrecked him or anything. He just kind of pulled into the pits and left the race. So I'm not too sure what happened there, but I mean, it helped all of us. So I'm not complaining too much.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what our timing board showed us, that he entered the pits. So, and it was under caution. So, not really sure what happened there. But one more question for you. So, talking about the track state here tonight, it looked really all over the place. I got to be honest. We saw the cars here in the main event start out on the bottom. Then we saw some guys very quickly move up to the top, making a lot of passes up top, found some speed, and then it was like they went back to the bottom. So it was kind of all night. It looked like the preferred line was just all over the place. Got to ask, how did it feel to you? And also, which line was more difficult to run here? Because obviously on the high side, you've got to worry about that wall here in these midget cars. It's very difficult to overjudge your entry and make contact. But then on the inside, it seemed like a lot of guys had difficult being consistently able to rotate the car, especially on corner exit.
Yeah, both lines were tricky for sure. I would probably have said, running the top would be harder, but then, once I moved there, I kind of found a lot of consistency up there compared to the bottom. So personally, for me, it was probably harder to be consistent on the bottom because I just kept, getting a tire in the slick and it just throw you all off. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it's always a great track state when both lines work out and switch through the night. So it really just shows how much a track can change and brings out the best of drivers to adapt to both lanes and adapt to a changing track state like that. So all in all, brings out a really good race every time, and makes a fun, slick environment.
Absolutely, I can tell you when we saw the guys, going around their pace laps there for the feature, I saw the trick on how slick the track and how slick it was. I can tell you we got excited because we knew it was going to produce some really good racing here tonight. And sure enough, it did. But hey, while you're here, anybody want to give a shout out?
I give a got to give a shout out to everybody at Nova Sim Racing, Paul Granada, Jay Mulder, Garrett A. White, everything they do week to week, get us out here on the track and have fun racing with me. Got to thank JP Designs, Belfour Property Restoration, NTN Vulture Racing Engines, EVC Automotive. I got to thank Bryson Collins for running the league, putting on great shows every day, every week. Well, not every day, but every other day, pretty much. I got to thank you for coming out and broadcasting for us so often. Got to thank everybody on track for giving me a great race, and yeah, just everything for just having a really good time tonight.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on the third place finish here this evening, and hopefully we'll be talking to you soon here.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Kevin.
All right, that'll do it for our third place finisher, Josh Patterson, here this evening. Now we've got our second place finisher up here in the booth. We've got Mr. Corey up here. Hey, it's Kevin up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hey, man.
Hey, man, congratulations there, first of all, on that second place finish. I believe this might have been your first race here in the series. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is.
Well, one awesome way to come out with a bang here on your opening night, bringing it home in second. We saw a lot of great battles out there between, I believe it was you and it might have been Cold Day and a few other drivers all night long, just battling it out. But you ultimately advanced up into the second place position. So I got to ask, we saw a lot of drivers pick one line and just stick with it all night. So we saw some pick the bottom, some pick the high side, just tried to make it work. And then we saw some that were moving around and finding the speed. Got to ask, what was your personal preference out here tonight, bottom or top?
Well, I mean, that bottom really stuck for my car personally, so that's where I ran.
Gotcha. Yeah, I and we just talked to Josh Patterson, and he's normally very good on the bottom, but he actually mentioned that the bottom had the speed, but it's just very hard to be consistent. If you got your tires up there in the slick, it just messed it up. But you did a great job here tonight, bringing it home in second, and that's what matters here on your opening night. Hey, got to give you a chance while you're here. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Well, first off, Random Designs Paint Surfaces. Check us out on Facebook, and then my team, Fonseca Miller Racing. Check them out on Facebook. Veedwerks, which is just a Facebook page now, and Save Stock Car Racing, which has unfortunately shut down in the past few years. And I'd like to give a shout out to my guy over at OSR Network, Joe White, and all my buddies over at Sim Racing Media.
All right. Well, again, congratulations here on the second place finish in your opening night here in the series. I got to say, we're excited to see you come back next week and really take it to these guys and maybe walk away with a race win next week. How's that sound?
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, we're looking forward to it either way. So, again, congratulations, and hopefully we'll be talking to you in Victory Lane next week.
All right, thanks.
All right, that'll do it there for our second place finisher, Corey Bowden, out there. Unfortunately, doesn't look like we're going to get a word with our race winner here this evening. He's having some technical difficulties, so he could not make it up into the broadcast booth with us. But nonetheless, that was an interesting race. One of the greatest dirt tracks here, in my opinion, on iRacing. Cedar Lake always produces some great racing, especially when the track state was the way it was tonight, being very slick, multiple lines opening it up, and we saw some great racing. But that'll do it here for round 8 of the World Online Racing Championship Dirt Midget Tour, presented by Mr. Ocean CM 3882 on YouTube, the series sponsor there. Go check him out. A lot of great content on his channel. And also thank you all to tuning in here on Soak Tires Broadcasting. And hopefully we'll catch you next week for round 9. Only a handful of rounds remaining here as we will round out. Let's check out the schedule, actually. So we head to Knoxville next week. That's going to be an exciting one. A very big high-speed track there in these dirt midget cars. Hopefully the track state will be as good as we saw it here this evening, otherwise Knoxville can unfortunately turn into a one-lane racetrack. So hopefully they'll get it right next week, and then we head to Kokomo in round 10 and Chili Bowl for round 11, which I'm personally excited to see. If you get a big field out there in the Chili Bowl, that can be exciting and mayhem at the same time. So hopefully we'll be able to have some great racing there and wrap up this season here of the World Online Racing Championship Dirt Midget Tour, presented by Mr. Ocean CM382. So thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week.